Probably, I think the big thing with us right now, we got a huge win at Colorado State, tough place to play. Uh, did it in a way that that we haven't done it, and coming back in a 2-minute drill and scoring, and then taking it to overtime to win, and now we build from that. We got places that we got to get better, and looking forward to getting back out there playing Kent State and continue to improve our football team. So we played the last 2 weekends. We played, I think the teams we played were 22-4. I was looking at a deal. Paul is that I don't know if I mean, as far as 22 wins and people playing back-to-back people, there's nobody that's done that. So we played some good people. We're physically beat up a little bit, and I think the reason is we played hard. I mean, we played really hard the first 2 games, and so we got to find a way to, we got to do some things in practice. Got to cut back a little bit and get some guys healthy. So with that, any questions?
Injuries have definitely been the story lately. Can you give us any updates on Christensen and KJ and some of the?
Well, I'm not going to give all of them because but I can. John Christensen will be out and had knee surgery on Monday, and so we're hoping to get him back possibly in 4 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks. So he's out for sure, and KJ. Was spitting up blood and everything else, but he'll be able to go, in a green shirt, so to speak, and do some individual. He'll play as long as things progress with him. And then we have I won't mention, but we have 2 more offensive linemen that won't practice today, so we're basically 3 starters down, and we'll see how it works. Hopefully, those 2 will be able to come back and play. And then thinking what else offensively. We will get Isaiah Gentry back for the first time, but we're going to be real careful with him on how many reps he takes and how much he plays. But that will be important to us, but we want to be careful. We want to be smart. And then Lincoln had a concussion during the game. And so, Nick Hart, that's what's amazing is that Wozniak's playing is good and physical, and he's playing outstanding right now. And then Nick Hart comes in and haven't played a lot, and comes in and makes a big catch. Almost had 2 good, almost 2. So, but offensively, that's kind of the gamut there. And then defensively, Charlie Rogers and Demarius. I don't think they'll play this week. We'll have to see, but I don't look that they'll play. And their 2 guys, Deltavius and Kunle, did a good job in the game. They made a couple mistakes that hurt us, but overall, they did a good job. And so, I think defensively, that's kind of where we're at. We're more healthy in 2 critical places on defense, and still play the way we did, was a pretty good feat. A lot. We got to move people around all over, and one injury in the offensive line, Vikings have been through it, is that one offensive lineman, can create some problems. You're moving a guy from guard to tackle. There's so much communication going on, pass protection-wise, et cetera. It definitely affects you, but, those are excuses. We still got to get it done. We got to coach better and so forth, but, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll find a way. And we had over 400 yards of offense. I said we have to do that to win games. We just didn't. We missed opportunities. Our center short-armed a snap, on a quarterback sneak. They jumped a double eagle, and he short-armed it, and we fumbled the ball. That was a critical time. We had a punt return called back. That was a critical situation. And we're down in red zone and made a couple mistakes again. So, and we didn't play in the first quarter, and basically didn't play very well in the first half. So, I mean, there's some good things in there, but we gotta play better in the first quarter. That simple.
Jerry, what was the moving Drew to inside receiver, and how much do you think that's helped him, and just what's made him come on?
Well, I think it's like anything. It's kind of like a David Cobb story, is that, he's playing outside and there's discussion in our room. We're trying to get the right people where they can be the most effective. And I just think that's more his natural position. And he can focus in on one thing instead of, learning this and learning that. Like Eric Carter's valuable because he can play them all. But, this gives Drew the concentration, the focus of playing inside receiver, which is somewhat difficult sometimes. And, he can still play outside. We can get him mismatched if we need to. But he's caught some balls and he's blocked well, and he's just got confidence, It's like David Cobb. He just, you get a little success, and success gets stronger and stronger like KJ did last year, So he's doing a real nice job.
Coach, your defense has been impressive. Is this defense, what do you think of it through the first two games, and how might has it got a chance to maybe be your best one?
Well, it's played, we played better last week, even with the 2 injuries we had, than we did the week before. We made, like I said, we had a couple young guys that played that made a couple of mistakes that, that hurt us. But at the same time, they were coming in, and again, the communication system back there in the secondary is difficult. But, they're playing very well right now. And, from the defensive line standpoint, we're healthy. And, Steve Richardson played one of the best games I've ever seen a defensive tackle play. I mean, he played flat, unbelievable. A highlight video. I mean, unreal. And from a linebacker standpoint, I thought it was our best game as linebackers since we've been here. We're playing nickel, and then when they ran the ball, got 2 backs, we put 3 linebackers in there. They all played very well, so that's encouraging because we're going to have to play 3 linebackers, in the Big Ten against 3 or 4 different teams. So that group played very, very well. And Jaylen Mrick continues to play well, and Brian Body continues to play well. We get Charlie Rogers back and Demarais and keep them healthy. I mean, we got a really, really good defense, really good. I mean, I think the head coach commented that he'd been in the SEC, and he said that this defense is like a SEC defense. So that's quite a compliment coming from the coach.
How much of the experience for Richardson playing like this in terms of having to go through that experience and kind of baptism by fire?
No, I think it helps anytime you get thrown in the fire, and he got a lot of experience last year, and he loves football. He's that way in high school. I mean, it's unbelievable. Frank Linty, I got to know through Jordan Lynch and so forth, and told me he was going to be special. And of course, everybody looked at his height and goes, you put his film on, it didn't lie. So he came in. He played pretty good last year, but this year he's not making the mental errors that he made some as a freshman. And he's got a motor. I don't know if you watched the film or you're at the game. He made a play on a screen pass 25 yards down the field. On a receiver. So not many people can do that. He reminds me of Donaldson, who's playing in the NFL that played at Pittsburgh. Because I was at the draft, and Donaldson's not 6'1" or anything like that. He may be 5'10 and a half, 5'11", but he's playing in the NFL. He's a pretty good player.
You mentioned Jaylen Mrick. Does he almost get overshadowed by how good Buddy Calhoun and Murray are that maybe we don't give him enough credit?
Oh, I think that's probably true. I think, we play a lot of nickel and stuff like that where Brian and all 3 are playing. But Jaylen can run. He's fastest guy on the team. And so he's getting smarter at the way he plays. He's gotten a lot better than last year, not making mental errors. And, you see the way he plays. I mean, he's one of those guys that, he's got all the confidence in the world, you might say. And he's playing at a high level right now.
Where does the most work need to be done to improve the passing game?
Well, we talk about that a lot, and we say improve it. It's better than it was last year, believe it or not. And then statistical-wise, you'll have to help me here. Mitch, I'll knock on wood, so then we'll probably throw. Mitch hadn't had an interception in what? in college football. You know, if you take, let's see, 1-2 throws he missed, one at the touchdown where we had the heart wide open. He had to jump to get it. The ball went on the ground. And then we had a naked bootleg that, I mean, was easy throw, didn't complete it. We had 2 or 3 deep balls that he overthrew that we're trying to put it on his helmet so the guy can go up and get it. You know, and then, you know, a couple, you know, you take about 8 plays out of the game and we're saying, boy, I didn't tell you what. You know, so, I mean, sometimes, you know, what you see and, you know, what I was disappointed more than anything and with all that, you know, he is our leader. And in the first half, you know, we did not play very well. And as a leader, that's what you have to do. You judge quarterbacks on wins and losses. I've always said that. And the bottom line is he took us right down the field and we won a game. And I would tell you this, I think that, and again, it's affecting us with the offensive line a little bit, but he's probably the most comfortable when we're in no huddle right now. If you look at his completions and things like that and running the show, I mean, that's where he's performed the best. And I think that's, you know, the plays are more limited and he just doesn't have to think as much and you just go play. And so, but with that being said, you know, we can't do that all the time because of a lot of different reasons right now. So, but those are some things that we got to look at, you know, and going no huddle all this time and working in the spring, I believe that's why we took the ball down and scored. And we're going to have to do that, you know, we're going to have to do that in the Big Ten. So, I mean, I was excited, number one, to get out of there with a win on the road. And I was excited about the way we played down the stretch. I mean, our kids play hard and they never give up, and they fight their tails end off. And that was the most encouraging. And I said it on the radio when they interviewed me at halftime. It was a terrible first half. I'm honest, guys, it's terrible. You know, 1, 2, 3 now, 1, 2. It was just terrible. Just not good at all. We had a little halftime conversation, and shoot, if we'd played in the first half like we did the second half, we'd probably had 550 yards and 2 more touchdowns. But we didn't, so we got to get it corrected. And you're going to ask me, how can I get it corrected and start better? That's what Coach Kills had, long hours. That's why I'm in a sweatshirt and sweats, and better get it corrected. So that's what we'll do. We have the talent. You know, Rodney had a great game. We need to do some things that, you know, we can do more things besides running zone read and some stuff like that. We don't need to do it with him. We just need to get him the ball. And you guys were here when Barber and Maroney and those guys, you know, you just need to get a body on a body and let that kid play. He's pretty good.
Coach, we've seen the success that you guys have had with the no huddle, and you talk about reasons to not do it all the time. I imagine that's, you know, saving the defense, health of the offensive line. Can you share kind of where you guys are at with that?
Well, I think that, you know, I mean, if I had the perfect world, I'd like to be like you know, I talked to Shane Vereen during the summertime, visited with him. He played in the system with the Patriots. When the Patriots have a little bit of trouble, you know, they go to no huddle, but then they'll huddle up. That's who I'd like to be. I don't think that's who we want to be. But to do no huddle all the time, if you talk to Coach Clays from the defensive side of the ball, you know, it's a lot easier. If they go no huddle all the time, it's a lot easier than having somebody go no huddle and then huddle up. And so, and with us, if we can get it put together, and I knew it was going to take a little bit. If we get it put together, that's a lot of preparation for the defense because you can do some more different things in the huddle. And so we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll take one more. Go ahead, Joe.
Jerry, a lot of people are asking about Demery and independent of Mitch, because we all know how you feel about him and all that. Just where is he true freshman at in his development?
Well, good thing he's out of state. He's not in state, because being an in-state quarterback, whew, I'm telling you. I mean, that poor kid. I mean, he's taking a beating. He's taking a beating, and he's not a pro player. You know what I mean? But with that being said, he's gotten a hell of a lot more mentally tough. You know, he pulled down the screen. We had most of this supposed to stay in house, but I will tell this: pulled down the script, and the kids had tweets, and he had 4 or 5 tweets that were tweeted out that, you know, Mitch Leitner can't throw a ball more than, you know, that they kept, and you know, laughed about it. So that tells me, you know what I mean, he's dragging some of that out of his shoulders. But is that with Demery, is the development's very good. I mean, he's athletic. He throws it very well. He gets it out of his hands quick. Some of you've seen him. I mean, he's got all talent. Needs to put a little weight on. He's slight, but he can throw the ball, no question, and he can run it. All those kind of things, but he's still learning. You just can't, you know, it's not easy to do. You know, just go out there and play. Things move a lot harder and faster in a game. And but is he progressing, and are we giving him a lot of reps in practice? Yeah, you bet, because after Ohio State last year, you better have somebody ready to go. And he is a guy that has stepped up and, you know, has gotten better every week. And you know, there's no question. And then we got a can't talk about, but we got another good one coming too. So thank you, appreciate it.